What's up, YouTube? What's up, Monsties gang? Welcome back to another Babymonster reaction. We got the Moon performance video out today. So exciting. I have been listening to this song so much since watching the music video for the first time the other day. It's one of those songs that you just like more and more with each listen. And I'm really interested to see this choreo. I saw the clips like from in the music video, and I saw their couple challenge clips they posted on their Instagram. It looks like one of their harder ones in a long time. So I'm excited to see the whole thing, see how they pull it off, and see how it goes with music. So let's check out this video.
I'm the moon, but I'm tired and I'm down on the loose.
Ruka looks so freaking cool.
I'm the moon, I'm the moon, I'm the moon. Fuck the games, night vision.
There's a lot of isolation work already. A lot of footwork looks like too. I love this part so much. Ooh. The fang too. The positions in all of this part are so precise. Rora's smirk. Those position changes, the big arm change, like really dramatic. Oh, dude, Ruka's energy, this comeback or this song. Ooh. There's so much emphasis throughout that whole rap. They can really go all out on the attitude, and I love it. Shakita facial's always gonna go crazy. The choking choreo. Ooh. I'm bringing that lip bite. Yes, chest isolations. The star power. Get it, moon and stars, hahaha. Ooh, I like that. That little shoulder shimmy too. I talk about in the music video how much I like that part. And then love that turn to face the camera right at the end. Just very sassy little ending. Yeah, this is definitely one of the harder choreos they've had in a long time. There's a lot of isolation work, a lot of footwork, a lot of like just really precise angular moves that are really difficult to pull off and to be in sync with. So we're gonna have a lot to talk about here. I'm really excited that they went for something a lot more difficult here. We don't see it too often from them because they focus so much on the vocals, but this song's a little bit less heavy on the vocals. It's more rap based, so it gives them a chance to really show off their skill in dance too. So I like that a lot. And then love the performance video being on the actual music video set. I feel like it's been a little bit since, because for Choom it was, for Choom and for Sugar Honey Iced Tea, they were like separate white sets. So fun to have one on the set for the music video here, especially like with this whole setting. Just really adds to the vibe. The outfits, crazy. Dude, Ruka is insane. This music video, this song, this era, whatever you want to call it. Oh my goodness. Like, the collective star power in this group is just off the charts. Like, every single time there's like, at each one of them has like that moment where you're just like, oh my gosh. And it's crazy. But yeah, let's get started on going through this choreo because we got a lot to talk about. But yeah, like, I mean, right from the start, like, coming in with this kind of neck isolation, a little bit of shoulder off to the side, just starts with like that really cool vibe. Like it's subtle movements, but they're very powerful in that isolation just to start you off, and it makes you really lock in on them because you have to like focus really hard on them to see that movement, and then isolating the rest of their body, bringing all of that attention right to their faces, right to their heads, and as they're giving you this like smirk, fierce stare, it gets you right in right away. But see, like even like the little foot movements, it just adds that touch right on those beats. Pretty good with that synchronization there. And then, like I said, those small movements, and then you get that snap on that beat, so they have something bigger there to accent that. Like this movement right here, bringing out the hands from the fists on the legs and then bringing them out for that snap. That makes it even more dramatic because you have like the hands just kind of like away, and then you have the whole silhouette of the hand come out. Makes it an extra big silhouette change there. Oh, that's really satisfying here. This little kick. Like Ruka and Chiquita are in perfect synchronization right here. Like look at that. The angle of their leg exactly the same in every single frame. The angles of their body exactly the same. And like the positioning that they use here to create this like kind of horror vibe through the choreo too is really neat, because you see like through the back, like they're a little bit hunched over, they're like a little bit loose through the back and letting those arms hang there, but then like super precise through that leg. So it's just really cool seeing how that matches the vibe. But look at that, like their back angles and their leg angles move at exactly the same time. So satisfying. And that part is just great. Like it feels like that movement is just coming like right out of the center of Chiquita and just dragging the rest of her body along with her. Her body control is just amazing. And the facials too, obviously. See, like love this little moment here where they're like kind of all doing their own thing, but like all moving that hip towards the center, bringing that focus on Asa, and then having like that collective upwards movement through all of their bodies, but they all get to like have a little moment to do their own thing, bring their own style to that movement. And then they come right back into that synchronization with the hand movements, and they bring those hands out into those shapes, big silhouettes with the hands, very attention drawing, and then the sharp angles with the arms. Yeah, this footwork here. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of that caption. We already know the lyrics. But like, look at this. Like the heel toe movements, keeping in sync, and then having the upper body moving at a little bit different of a rhythm. That's so hard to pull off. And I mean, of course, Ruka can do it absolutely flawlessly. You keep on raving, you keep on raving, I like this part a lot. Like, Ahan's rap is one of my favorite parts of the song. Like, I just love her vocal tone and the way she integrates it into this rap. Like, it's a little bit singing, a little bit rapping at the same time. And there's something about her voice that always gets me. But yeah, like I love this part, like especially when you're even in a full focus, like looking away from the camera is always something that's dramatic because typically like the eyes are on the camera. So when you do look away, it has an extra impact. And then like adding the sass here, and then right as you look back to the camera, extra drama, and then fierce moment. Yeah, and then for this chorus, like all of these moon, like I'm the moon movements are really, really precise with the hand positioning. And you do notice like it gets a little bit difficult to stay in perfect sync with that. Just because like you have so many joints going on, like the shoulder, the elbow, the wrist, the fingers, all of it are all like, they all have to be so precise. So this is where we start to notice like a little bit of differences in It's like they're doing these movements. There's two parts to synchronization. There's doing movements at the same time, and then there's doing movements in the same way. Movements like this, you can do them at the same time, but it becomes much more difficult to do them in the same way. And you notice that here. Like, they're all hitting this right at the same time, but like they're all just at slightly different elbow angles. You can see Chiquita's elbow's a little bit lower, Purita's a little bit higher, Rora's kind of like right in between there. So you just kind of notice those slight differences. I love this moment. Ooh. Like, absolute diva moment. And see there again, you got another one of those moments they can kind of play around with it a little bit. And we noticed that a little bit in Choom too. Like when they had like this part, they could kind of all like make it their own a little bit while the knees were going in and out right before Choom, 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 Choom. So I like that they're doing that in their choreos pretty often, giving them like smaller moments where they have like kind of one part of the choreo, like one part of their body that's doing a very similar thing and like keeping everything cohesive, but then letting them add their own style to another part of the movement and then coming right back into full synchronization. It just has like that little bit of extra impact when you get back into the like everyone doing the same thing at the same time. Yeah. So this is the part, like when I was watching the challenges, I was interested to see like how it would come off doing it as a full group because of those angles. Again, like you can see Rora's arms are slightly different than Asa and Purita's. Chiquita's are a little bit different too. So it's just one of those things like with a choreo like this where you have such precise elbow positions and movements. You can see again like Purita's a little bit below the shoulder, Rora's right about even with the shoulder, Chiquita's kind of right in between the two of them, Asa to a pretty similar spot to Chiquita there. But like a position like this, it's hard to get everyone to do it in the same way because everyone's arms are going to kind of like want to go in a, you have different, everyone has different lengths of like their bones and their joints. So depending on that, there's going to be a different position like this that's most comfortable for you that they're all going to kind of like naturally move towards. So movements like these are ones that you have to practice like 70 billion times if you want everyone to be doing it at the same time and in the same way. So they're doing a good job of doing it at the same time, but they're going to need a little bit more practice to do it in the same way. And obviously with the amount of choreos and music videos that they've had coming out and the tour so far, you can see why they haven't quite had time to 100% perfect this. But that's just kind of like one of those things that comes along with such a precise choreo like this. I really like that move. Like I like the contrast of those angular arm movements and then coming into like a little bit flowier with those chest isolations. And then here like you've got the mix of it. You've got this angular arm here. And again, you see those different elbow positions. But you got that angular arm, but then you also have the chest isolations along with it. And then a little bit of like just like finger movements too. Adds a little bit of sass, the smirk. It's just fierce. And then this here. See, notice this as she comes around. So like from this movement, we're kind of like facing this way, or I don't know which way you guys see it next to me. But we're kind of facing one direction, right? But then she makes sure to put the effort to fully turn this way before doing that sweep as she comes around to the side, and that makes it extra dramatic. For something like this where that movement switch is mainly like from here and then to here, it's easy to just kind of cut that short, but making sure she has that full direction change back to the other side before sweeping over to this side profile makes that movement so much bigger and so much more impactful. And then like that arm, like it moves so smoothly coming up, but then snaps right down on the beat. Very nice. Like, come on. I told you, when Idol goes blonde for the first time, the energy, it just goes crazy. It goes off the charts. Oh, the chest pops. Like going from those really like slow motion-y movements and then boom, boom. Oh, so good. see, again, really satisfying footwork here. This is one of my favorite parts. Like, you can see, like, they're all kind of at that same hip angle there. It's really nice. But look at that footwork. Look how in sync they are there. Ooh. And, like, even Chiquita and Rora's, like, knees and hips are, like, right at the same angle, too. So satisfying. And, like, right on the beat. So good. I could watch that over and over and over. And then I also like as they come through like in these like really like commanding steps towards the camera, they add in that little bit of head isolation, that little bit of neck isolation. You can especially see it with Rora. She does a really good job with it there. Yeah, right there. And then like that rhythmic movement down of their hands too along with it. That is amazing. One of my favorite parts of this choreo easily. And then love how this kind of makes like an eye shape right there. That trio during choreo, man, that is fierce. I love how hard Asa hits this sync into the hip right there. It's just like boom. Like she hits that hard and then softer as she comes back around this way. Everyone's hips in perfect sync there, really nice. And then I love how she does this here. Like these are like hard beats. It's like boom, boom. But she's not hitting just the position and stopping. She's not just going like pose, pose. It's like there's a little bit of like reverb kind of on that beat. It's like kind of so she hits the pose and then like has a little bit of like slow motion reverb out of it each time, and it's really, really nice. That control, like it's sharp and yet it's still like it keeps moving at the same time in perfect correlation with how those beats sound. And like being able to control her tempo like that is just such a skill. Like she never fully stops the movement. It's just like fast into slow, slow into fast. Like she just has perfect control over it. Love that little hip swing there as we get into this really sassy part. Oh. Like see how when you get that full focus and even when the camera like doesn't follow the face, it's still so dramatic, and then you get like that extra good view of the smirk from the side. Okay, so there's this like little zoom in on this like fight going on over here. It doesn't like, I guess I get it like why they're kind of zooming in on it, but it feels like a distraction to me. Like that little difference from the first verse choreo, just adding in like that choking movement on this part, it just like it makes that second chorus even more dramatic, adds even more of that horror element to it, just like continues with that build up. Yes, like Purita getting into those chest isolations. You can see a little bit though, like they're not perfectly in sync here. They kind of have opposite shoulders up at the same time, but regardless, this sleigh and in this outfit, I already told you guys how much I loved this outfit on her. And like even with those parts, like some of them are harder to stay in sync in, they all come right back together on this part, and that side profile and that snap down is so satisfying, all right on that beat. This part, like, oh my gosh. Like, what else can you say but star power? Like, look how much she gives to this movement. The full extension through the shoulder, through the elbow, all the way through the hand as she reaches up. That hip, she is going as far into the bend of this hip as she can. And it creates such a dramatic silhouette and shape and angle. Like, those are like principles you learn like when you're learning how to like runway walk. Like, you really want to emphasize those angles. Get into that hip as much as you possibly can. And she's doing that here. Ugh, so good. And then switch it right to the other side. The little hair flick, hand on the hip, like, come on, come on. Like, she just knows how to command a moment and be like, this is my moment, and you are going to pay attention to me, and you cannot take your eyes off of me. The little facials, the little neck isolations right there. Like, she's just so good at all the little details now. Ooh, like just that little bit right there. Ah. I really like this here. Like, as that tension comes up, like getting into that like kind of lower stance, like it feels like it goes with that tension. Like, you're getting ready for something. You're getting ready to pounce. They're getting ready to attack us with this outro, and then like having those, like, it works so right for me. And then like having that movement kind of centered down low, and then coming right up and bringing that arm out to the side, or like a little bit diagonal to the front and to the side, but just like very much contrast where the focus was right before that. So nice impact right there. And then like going from that really big front, like squatted profile to the side profile, again, just really changing that silhouette makes it extra dramatic. Oh, I love Ahyan's shoulder shimmy on this little like 3 hits of the drum. Like, it's this long like movement, long flowing movement, but then just like accents it right there. So satisfying. Yeah, again, really angular right here. Those elbows out to the side a lot, you notice. And then boom, boom, like getting that angle with the elbows, that angle with the hips, with the knees. And then like that's fast, fast, fast. And then we come into this slower, like exaggerated. Look at the extension. Again, like that shoulder all the way through the elbow down to the wrist. You can tell she's just using like every bit of her body to just fully get into this movement. So good. That full head tilt to the side. This nice passe angle, perfectly like the kind of like asymmetrical, symmetrical with the 2 angles of the elbow and the knee. So good. And then again, like my only critique would be Chiquita's foot just needs to be closer to her knee. You can see like she's kind of like the odd one out with this formation here. Everyone else is pretty close to like the exact same angles. See that passe like right at that nice horizontal, and then you get that nice angle of the foot coming right towards the knee to match with that elbow that comes up in that nice triangle shape at the top. And then like the balance, the core control here, especially to go from something like really that fast and staccato as they're moving forward through these steps. Like, those are all fast movements, like going side to side, and then you have to like just completely lock in, be full controlled, get that center of gravity. See how the foot and the shoulder are gonna be right at that same line here. That's what's keeping them balanced while they have like the leg on one side pulling them this way, the elbow on the other side pulling them this way. So aligning that shoulder and that ankle, you see it with all of them. That's what helps keep them upright. And then you can see like Chiquita with that foot kind of out here, her shoulder and her ankle aren't quite aligned. So it makes it a little bit harder for her to balance. That's why she's compensating like that. So just interesting kind of to notice those things. Like there's always a reason for like why on a movement like this one of them might be out of sync because they're just not in the perfect position. If she moved that foot in while her shoulder was over here, she would probably like kind of tilt a little bit too far this way and lose balance. So this is probably a compensation. And when we see other performance, she probably will have that foot where it needs to be, but she would fall over if she did that right now. So very smart to be able to do that like when you need to. But you can see the effects that it has on the synchronization. Like it just shows how perfect and how locked in you have to be on a movement like this. See, again, like one of those like kind of like synchronized, unsynchronized moment where they're doing kind of their own thing, but then they come right back into that full synchronization and it hits extra hard. Like, boom. Like that part, it hits even harder as they like come into that because they weren't fully in sync before on purpose. Like they were all doing their own thing before. So when they come back all together, it's like, whoa. And then the spin around, that look back, like just the attitude, the sass, like they're looking at what they did and then they're gonna walk away. Perfect. Yeah, I really, really like that this is something harder that they went for this time. And it's cool getting to see like those footwork skills, those isolation skills, those balance skills all come through. Yeah, are there a couple things they need to work on with like certain angles and synchronization? Yeah, but they've been working very hard at like a lot of different choreos lately. So it's understandable that there are little things still, and they don't do choreos quite this precise all of the time. So I'm glad they're getting back into it. And this was a lot of fun to watch, to go through, to analyze, and just get to see all of those little skills that they have that we don't quite see as often from them with the more vocal heavy songs. So I'm really glad because I was literally saying like recently, I'm like, I wish they would have like one song where they could just show off a little bit more on dance. Like I like that they'd focus on vocals and do choreos that allow them to do live vocals all of the time. But I know they're really good dancers too, so I want to see them show that off a little bit more. And this was perfect for it. So yeah, super awesome, great performance video too. Love that it's on set. Love all these fits, but we already talked about the fits in the music video. I don't need to go into another 10 minutes on them or we'll be here forever because you know I go stupid for Babymonster styling. But yeah, if you want to see any more of my Babymonster reactions, if you missed the moon reaction, there's 2 versions of it up because I had some charger problems. So there's the full version. If you have not seen the full version yet, it's about half an hour long, so you can go watch that one if you did end up missing that. But that is up on my channel with the full analysis now in case you only saw the one with the first watch. We got the whole thing now. So you can check that out. And then any of my other Babymonster reactions, we've done all of their performance videos, all of their discography, all of their music videos. That's in the Babymonster reactions playlist over on the playlist tabs of my channel. And then we do a variety behind the scenes from them every single week over on Patreon. So you can check all of that out. We've been watching all of their variety, last evaluation, Baymon House, behind the scenes, recording behinds, music video behinds, etc., etc., etc. We got it all. So go check it out. It's the best way to support the channel, and it means a lot to me. So I hope to see you there. We even got a Baymon specific subscription. And then make sure to comment down below all of your thoughts. Who stood out to you the most? For me, I think it's got to be Ruka and Rora in this choreo. They just had such insane moments, like in Ruka's rap, and then I think the beginning of the bridge for Rora, like just so crazy. So I think they were my 2 stars of this one, but really everyone's a star because it's Baymon. But yeah, smash like, comment down below all your thoughts, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time.